Hello, welcome to September's Streaming Stories Spotlight. I'm Beth, an Adult Services Librarian at Rocky River Public Library.
Hi, I'm Mary, a library associate at the Adult Reference Rocky River Public Library, and I'm also an outreach associate. It's good to see you, Beth.
Nice to see you, Mary. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So this month we are talking about Capital in the 21st Century, available to stream through Canopy with your library card. This documentary is based on the 2013 bestseller by French economist Thomas Piketty. The central thesis of the book and the documentary is that inequality is not an accident, but rather a feature of capitalism, and it can only be reversed through intervention. It's a really timely film coming to documentary now, and it was timely in 2013 as a book when it was written.
It was really interesting, Beth. I'm pretty sure you're the one that picked this film, and I'm so glad that you did. It was on my radar. You had talked about how it should have been introduced at the Cleveland International Film Festival, which happens in April. And the library sponsors a movie every year. And correct me if I'm wrong, Beth, is this the movie that they sponsored?
Yeah, this was absolutely the movie that Rocky River had sponsored as a community partner for the film festival. So we were expecting to be able to watch it either, at the Capitol Theater or the Tower City Cinemas for the last time having the film festival there back in March, but the film fest did not happen. So this is exciting. We were really excited when we saw that it was coming to stream through Canopy, since the library had, a little bit of a history with it.
It is really exciting. It's a shame that it didn't get its proper premiere, so to speak, at the Cleveland International Film Festival, because I think it would have been a very popular film. You're right. Essentially, what the film talks about, the one thing that you learn from it is what is good for Wall Street is not necessarily good for Main Street. Most people believe that what is good for Wall Street is good for Main Street. The film pretty much disproves that. What I liked about the film, well, I'd like to start with when I started watching the film, Beth, it was 10:30 at night, and I was sitting in my bed with my tablet, and it's a 1 hour, 40-minute documentary. And I don't know if I would recommend doing that at 10:30 at night. Initially it seemed like, wow, I'm in social studies class watching a seminar, but it's so intriguing. It's so interesting. The book that it's based on, it's actually based on the book of the same name, Capital in the 21st Century, by Thomas Piketty. This book essentially made him a rock star in the economics community, and he narrates a bit of the film, and he's a Frenchman, so he speaks French. So that kind of alerts your mind and keeps you connected. And I thought that was a good piece. The film is also narrated by a lot of experts in the economics field. So it's not all in French, but I like that his talking points are in French. And another thing that I really liked about it was they use a lot of pop culture in the film. You remember that, Beth? They referred to like an episode in The Simpsons or a current popular song. I felt like that kind of pumped it along, kept you alert, and stayed true to its message.
Absolutely. It really made it a lot easier to digest that content. At least in my opinion right now, I've got a lot going on in life, and I think the book is absolutely something that I will read at some point in my life, but it is 696 pages. So to be able to consume it in video form with things that I'm familiar with, like a lot of the pop culture, helps make it a little bit more relatable and accessible to me and the general public. So
it really does. And I think that's the beauty of it. I do remember at the time in 2013 when the book came out, it was a very popular book. Like I said, it made him an instant rock star in the community. It also, I found this quote here. He sold over 3 million copies worldwide, and it landed Piketty on the Time magazine list of the most influential people. So this was, I believe, in 2013 or 2014. So like I said, I remember the book being really popular, but if you took a look at the book, it was like I mean, it was a pretty hefty book. And so now but what makes Piketty such a rock star is that he's able to talk about this very complicated economic subject in a relatable way. And so he does that in the book, and then they take it even to another level in the film. So even you can walk away from this film and have conversations with people about economics, and it empowers you. And that's what I like about it.
You're absolutely right. It gives you the opportunity to have those important conversations, and it leaves you kind of, questioning, where are we headed in this post-industrial society? What can we do to make capitalism sustainable, and to lessen the income gap and mostly the income inequality, especially with more inherited wealth that we'll start seeing generationally. Lots of really good talking points. Thank you so much, Mary. I think this has been such an interesting opportunity, and I can't wait to talk more about it. We can read more. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put some recommended reading down in our YouTube link at the bottom. So we'll put a couple other recommended reading things for people who watch this movie and want to continue the conversation or read more. So thank you so much. And then the next month, we are going to be talking about another, what's our movie next month for October?
You know what, Beth? I don't know that we have decided on it. It's going to be the National Hispanic Month, and we have a few ideas floating out there. One about coffee. I'm a huge coffee drinker, and I was going to actually say to you, maybe we should consider that. A couple more interesting documentaries to look forward to, though. I think a real treat for October is not going to be a documentary. So people hang in there. We've got. I think it's a real treat. Everybody I've talked to has really enjoyed it. What do you think, Beth? Should we tell them?
Let's tell them. Go ahead, Mary, and announce the title.
For October, we will be talking about, we will be discussing What They Do in the Shadows. It's a movie. However, it is also a series that you can view on FX. I stumbled on it with my husband. He turned it on one night and I said, "What are you watching?" And because I was too tired to leave the room, I ended up watching it and I fell in love with it. So, and I hope everybody else does too.
Well, Mary, you brought it to my attention, and then I've had several people since then recommend it to me. So I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to force my husband to watch it with me, and it's going to be a good time. So I'll see you back here for our October streaming story. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, Beth. See you next time.